as usual, we will be taking a trip around the pages of dailies in the country to see what has been dominating media attention in the last 24 hours. And after that, we will 3.7 FM here in Abuja. All right, we start off with the Guardian newspaper. And this is how the Guardian newspaper puts the headline: Planned protest. SGF meets Tinubu's cabinet as APC holds emergency meeting. And still on the front page of the Guardian, Dangote refinery may accelerate closure of Europe's existing 90 refineries. Wow. And okay, still staying with the Guardian newspaper, OPS faults fresh, poor regulation, open market, spike risk of banned drugs. And still staying with the Guardian, 733 million face hunger in 2023 globally, says FAO, that's the Food and Agriculture Organization. Financial autonomy for local governments party to Iran after years of evading. Scholars tell harassment in Lagos. 3 police officers nabbed for allegedly shooting through technology. So those are the headlines you can find. But Dangote local refineries to end fuel importation. That's the lead story in the Punch newspapers. Foreign scholars protest 56% allowance cut, fear expulsion. Oyo plans fresh selection process for Alaafin. Governors, ministers meet today to stop past experience. Ex-campaign coordinator sues Jimo Ibrahim, demands 250 million naira. Meta deletes 63,000 accounts linked to cyber criminals. This is huge. And this story also trended yesterday. Ayim made the battle for the next general election is already taking shape. I'm sure that we will have Mr. Salami's insight into that when that time comes. Okay. Let's move on to the leadership newspapers. 8 days to go. Opposition swells against hardship protests. Court's document reveal Didi's comb paid for 2 packs. Okay. Von, NDDC, NELCO bosses and other dignitaries to grace Prince Darius book launch. All right. From leadership, let's move on to the Tribune newspapers. Governors set to deliberate on LG autonomy. And still staying with the Tribune newspapers, why Dangote refinery must be protected. That's according to Kwankwaso. Niger government receives additional 50 CNG buses. That's good news for Niger State APC. And fan security projects have strengthened Nigerian airports. That's still on the front page of the Tribune newspaper. Why customs revenue at seaport is getting huge. This is according to an investigation by the Tribune newspapers. Achieving airports viability challenges not insurmountable. Kayamo, senior advocate of Nigeria, matters arising for epidemic control. National Conference on GMOs, Biosafety holds in Abuja. All this is is next. And the headline says, no to planned protest similar to NSAS, governors warn. And 2024 budget will be fully implemented. This is according to the minister. Some wounds, says Kalu Uzodima Ohanize. Federal government resumes trial of 3 front page of The Nation newspapers. And still leading with the zone efforts by all to tackle nation's challenges. Shelve your planned protests in Mbubeg's Nigerian youths. This day newspapers. All right, we will take a short break now. When we return, we will go into details of some of the headlines that we've read. Please don't go away. Still newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja.
Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shiki, shiki, shiki. Citizen FM, Citizen FM.
Oya oh my people, make una come gather here. Which kind tori una wan hear on top radio? Wetin dey catch fire on top social media? Bring am on top Make We Talk Am for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Monday go reach Thursday, and the time na 5:10 wey be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am as e dey be.
Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Musu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen Informed.
Need a lift? Feeling low, bored, or confused?
Wants your dream to brightly glow?
Here is what to do.
Women's Corner is waiting just for you.
Education, work, lifestyle, career, mentorship, and family too.
We will tackle the issues, provide solutions, and see you through. Finding your voice, reaching high, and making an impact. Women's Corner, where knowledge can fly.
Join us every Mondays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. for inspiring stories and practical advice.
3.7 FM, Abuja.
Woman don't suffer, lower everybody.
Everybody respected that because it was coming from the president.
Theory behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands.
Some civil servants retire without a roof
Honestly,
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
why are you so concerned about that? He said money was.
I never.
No.
The platform.
Moite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow Insight returns with another interesting.
Insight with Lawrence Umueti on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja.
There is no health without mental health. As Nigerians, we are in a battle of survival. We are all coming from a lot, going through a lot, or going into a lot. About 50 million Nigerians suffer one mental disorder or another. So, are you depressed, anxious, having suicidal thoughts, or just tired of life? Your feelings are valid. This is My Mental Health Niger, and I am Dima Amadi on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. On my right on Mental Health in Nigeria. Join me every Thursday 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we dissect matters of our minds. My Mental Health Niger. Let's look out for each other.
Thank you so much for staying to Abuja. COO Citizen 93.7 FM
Of the game.
Sasami. Straight to the Nation newspaper. Governors won. Governors yesterday led in cautioning protests, promoters saying there will be no room for a repeat of the 2020 EndSARS, which wreaked havoc on many cities. Although they acknowledge the freedom to protest, Bayelsa State spoke at different occasions. Southeast governors spoke in unison against the planned protests through their chairman, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, and also the Oba of.
How can we guarantee that the protest will not, along the line, be hijacked by the fifth columnists? I will plead with the government that they call the promoters of the planned protest to a round table and discuss that, gentlemen, you have the right to protest. Indeed, you have the right to peaceful assembly. But then give us an undertaking that this protest will not lead to anarchy. That mobs and those waiting in the wings to hijack it will not be allowed. I am sure that no right-thinking Nigerian, as the country is today, will give such undertaking. But if they decide to go ahead, yes, let them protest, because they have every right to protest. It's the right of every Nigerian to. We still plead with our brothers that we feel your pains. I am part of it. Citizen FM is part of it. We all feel it. We are wearing the shoes. We know what it takes to be on here and remain on here. But even at that, it won't blow anybody any good.
All right, we're still talking about the protest. The Guardian has a story. Planned protest as GF meets Tinubu's cabinet as APC holds emergency meeting. With less than a week to the planned nationwide protest against hardship, the Nigerian leadership is becoming apprehensive by the day and unwilling to leave matters to chance. Yesterday, the secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, met with ministers over the anticipated protest. The meeting was convened behind closed doors and out over 40 ministers in the president's cabinet, with the president's cabinet on duty.
Who will not? Do you know that I've taught everybody a lesson? And we must not sleep over this and leave things to chances. Or what else can we do than to call the promoters of the planned protest to a meeting? Whoever has witnessed a war will never pray for it. Those who suffered during the NSAS will not pray for it again. Quite many of them have died. Quite many too have not recovered from the loss. And do you think we should have a repeat of this? Is it not curious that the opposition party, especially the PDP and LP, have not lent their voices to it that, please, yes, you have the right to protest. It is a constitutional right, inalienable right that cannot be denied any Nigerian. But then, the truth remains this: it must be peaceful. Who can guarantee that? Even if at the outset it's peaceful, who can guarantee what will come thereafter? Given the situation of the country, there's tension already in the 18-1. But even at that, will protest remove the hardship? Will it lessen the pains? I plead as a Nigerian that yes, there are issues, but Igbos will say indeed.
All right, okay. It's still newspaper review on Citizen FM 93.7. The phone lines are open now. You can join the discussion. You can call us on 0903 22 29797. You can also call us on 0818 22 22205 or 0818 22 22206. Any of these numbers, we will be glad to read out your message. Just let us know where you are writing in from. All right, Mr. Salam is still staying with the Guardian Newspaper Center, which is embedded in the office of the National Security Advisor. Says that the government has resumed mass trial of terrorism 2023, that the federal government secured 366 convictions in the trial of Boko Haram terrorists conducted in 2017. In addition, it said 896 suspects were were discharged for lack of evidence, while 61 others were adjourned after further hearing. In December 2023, the FG also secured the conviction of 4 Boko Haram financiers. A statement yesterday
saying it that not to tell. A good thing that the suspects are now being given the opportunity to prove their innocence. That is the way. That they should be tried expeditiously, but at the same time, they must be given fair trial. And as a matter of personal opinion, I think there should be stringent, very, very hard one for anybody found guilty of the act of terrorism. I'm against capital punishment.
You switched over.
And on those who are not progressive. I know the difference between radicalism and rascality. They are not the same.
All right, okay. Yes, for me, I think that's the way it's done everywhere in the world. It's in line with international best practice that you let the suspects have their day in court, and after that, then they will face a justice. I know that sometimes it's very wicked things that some of these suspects do to Nigerians, do to young girls, do to children, do to women. But then the law is the law. When they are caught, except when they are killed in crossfire or in action, but when they are caught, then they need to have their days in court. All right, still staying with The Guardian, Mr. Salami. Dangote refineries may accelerate closure of Europe's existing 90 refineries. The Gen Zs will ask, is this for real? The Dangote oil refinery would bring to an end a decade-long gasoline trade from Europe to Africa worth $17 billion a year, heaping pressure on Europe's refineries already at risk of closure from heightened competition, analysts and traders have told Reuters. The refinery started production in January and cost $20 billion to build. It can refine up to 650,000 barrels per day and will be the largest in Africa and Europe when it reaches full capacity this year. It's long been touted as the turning point for Nigeria's quest for energy independence. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation and top oil producer, imports almost all its fuel due to lack of refining capacity. Mr. Salami, when you read the story, then vis-a-vis the story of sabotage, the story of international cabal, the IOCs and the foreign interventions and so many other things, it brings to point what a lot of people have been talking about.
Well, I think Dangote should have expected this. There is no Dangote refinery to function. Wanted the promoters of the planned protest to protest against the federal government. If the government intends to sabotage the refinery, maintenance has led us to. And here is an individual, a private businessman, who has done what the government, successive government, have not been able to turn around the maintenance of the Nigerian refinery. All the refineries, up to tomorrow, there is a man, single-handedly, built a refinery that has been. They know the implication of this, that if they allow this refinery to operate at optimum capacity, it means that is the end of the affliction of this country. To us, the Dangote refinery is in the interest of the common man. It may not, and we know it is not, in the interest of the racketeer man. Rather, it should be given.
Issues should be resolved in the interest of the Nigerian economy, in the interest of the Nigerian state and the Nigerian people. It's still newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja, 797. You can also call us on 0818 2222206. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on any of these numbers. Mr. Salami, let's move on to the Punch newspaper. Yesterday, the media was inundated with the defection of Senator Pius Ayim, former Senate President, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ayim. And this is how the Punch newspaper puts the story. Ayim meets Tinubu, says, no regrets, dumping PDP. And President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday received former Senate President Pius Ayim, who recently defected from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Ayim was led to the president at the State House by the chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum, Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, and Governor Francis Nwaifuru of Ebonyi State. Ayim, a PDP presidential aspirant in 2023 election, said he joined the APC to join hands with the government given the turbulent times. According to him, all patriots have a duty to ensure that the country continues to have a peaceful atmosphere. Mr. Salami, politics
taking. Southeast is all I know by every standard. eyeing the campaign to PDP is a big catch. And it is what I'll call a big loss to the PDP. You see, I have been saying it that come 2027, there's going to be an alignment and realignment of political forces in such a manner that a rookie will not understand what is going on. 2 months ago, I knew that I know where your aides are going, and you are still where you are.
It's a pointer.
It's a pointer, a big one. When most of his foot soldiers dumped PDP and moved to APC train station, grandmaster of political report, you really need to watch certain things. The moment you see certain signals, it is not a miracle. Don't let anybody deceive you. So it will tell you what will happen in any state of Nigeria, even though policy is such a difficult thing to predict, because in politics an hour is too long.
Yes, even a minute can be too long, Mr. Salam. Yes, and it also brings to you find realignment of forces that you have just, like you've said, it's not new, and we are likely going to see more of this.
Of
people moving from one political party to another, depending on the area, because essentially politics is local at the end of the day. So depending on the local coloration of politics in that area, you are likely to see a lot of movement before the general election at the end of the day. So that's it. Former Senate President and former SGF, now a full member of the APC. All right, we still have about 15 minutes to go. We can still take a few calls. You can call us on 0903 2229 797. You can also call us on 0818 2222 or 0818 2222 Mr. Salami, it's interesting because what exactly is happening in the polity, but maybe we should just see what is happening in some of the other papers for now. Okay, the Tribune says governors set to deliberate on LG autonomy. The 36 state governors under the aegis of the Nigerian Governors Forum are presently, that started yesterday, we are deliberating on national issues, including the local government autonomy. The meeting was chaired by the NGF chairman, Governor, meeting to decide the next step after the LG judgment by the Supreme Court. Mr. Salami, it looks okay. I think we have a caller here. Let's see. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Mohammed Nuhu Alamai calling from Buzabe.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, about this, I want to just chip in some things about this autonomy, local government autonomy. I really don't understand what the governors really wants to deliberate on. This is a law, and the law has been passed, right?
Yes.
So what are they is clear. It's clear, and I want to tell you that the governors are the problem of this country. They are all the problem of this country. Had it been, as we all know, as politicians, politics is from the grassroots, and the grassroots is the locals. This is a situation whereby during politics, during campaigns, they will run to the locals and have or get this full autonomy, and if it is full practice, I think the politics will change automatically. The politics will change direction, because it will come to a time that for one to contest for a chairman, the it's more better for him to contest for a government because it will be a very safe landing place for him. But still, what some politicians don't understand is all these local government chairmen that you're seeing. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
They are all their boys. So there is no how with the effort Mr. President that is putting to put things in place in order for we the citizens to have the dividends of democracy. They are sabotaging it. They are sabotaging it.
All right.
So,
Okay, maybe you just round off, please. Okay. Hello, I say just round off, please.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. I say you should round off your thoughts, please. Oh, I think we lost that. All right. I'm so sorry about that. But the numbers are still open. You can call us, Mom 7. You can also call us on 0818 2222205 or 0818 222.
Yes, the governors. The train has left the station long before now. What was decided by the Supreme Court of Nigeria is final. And I read what the Attorney General of Oyo State and the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Oyo State said that his governor had set up a committee headed by the renowned legal luminary Bolaji Ayorinde, SAN, to lead and look into the judgment of the Supreme Court and advise him accordingly. And he added that they will ask the Supreme Court to review the judgment. Yes, on few occasions, the Supreme Court had revisited its decision. But we all know what happened to Afe Babalola and the other son the other time. When the Supreme Court came down very hard
on them,
that it was not only an abuse of judicial process but an affront on the learned justices. You know, when they are persuaded by superior reasoning, by which maybe the judicial was more, I think they have put it the way Oputa said it, that we are infallible. Not infallible because we are final, but we are final because we are infallible. Is that right?
So for me, I remember when they have been carrying the burden of local government all this while. Watched that ordinarily should have been 8 days ago by protest 56% allowance cut, fear expulsion. That's the foreign scholars under the federal government's bilateral education agreement scholarship on Wednesday lamented the sudden deduction in allowances by the Federal Scholarship Board of expulsion and deportation, leaving them to source for their means of survival in foreign countries. The BAA scholarship is for the purpose of education, exchange.
A pathetic case. Pathetic in the sense that these our students, our children, they are out of this country. We should not predispose them to committing crimes. They are there and they need survival. They should be supported by the government. And if there is the need for the government to notice, they are to committing some acts which ordinarily let us make criminals out of our people, our students, our children. And I want to believe that there was a time and there were conditions before they left the shores of this country. You do not change the rules in the middle
of the game.
It is not right. Government should have a rethink and help our children by releasing their allowances.
All right, Mr. Salam, before we go, this story also broke yesterday. Labour Party accuses NLC of plans to destroy party. This is from the Guardian newspaper. The Labour Party has accused party, who spoke during a media briefing at the National Secretariat of the party, said the LP is being assailed on all sides by paid agents, mainly the NLC, to create a semblance of division and crisis in the party, saying that despite their evil agenda, the party remains strong.
This struggle for the soul of LP is going to be with us for a long time to come. You see, I remember Sonny Okosun's music. We want to know who owns the land.
Papa's land.
The struggle is all about ownership of LP.
The soul
of the party. We can't wish it away. You know, we have had useful and exclusive interviews with the NLC president. You know, it's a story. We keep our listeners
abreast
of it.
All right, Mr. Salama, you know, these are certainly not the best of times for the LP as a party. Unfortunately, the party lost one of its members in the House of Representatives, I think last week. And just this week, I think one senator of the LP also defected to the APC. So yes. These are really trying times for the LP.
Well, you see, that is the way of politics. And as 2027 inches closer, you will. I can assure you of that. Progressive Party.
Congress.
He has been winning more converts than losing. And it only means that he has something going for him. Well, politicians will politic. We are journalists. We are to report. And report we will do.
Exactly, Mr. Salami. Thank you so much for your interventions on this show. It's always a pleasure to have you, especially your very, very enlightening insight into some of the stories that we normally pick up on this show. Thank you so much, Solomon Salami, Chief Operating Officer of Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja. Thank you so much, sir.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, and that's our program for today. But before we go, I have a birthday shout-out to one of our own, and this is from Engineer Doc. And we couldn't give you the shout-out yesterday, but it's always better late than ever. And he has this beautiful message. He says he wants to shout out to his beautiful wife, Engineer Mrs. Mother, to her children. He says, on behalf of myself, that's Engineer Dr. Anyani Metim Moite, David Anyani Metim, Ebenezer Anyani Metim, and Blessed Anyani Metim, we wish her a glorious birthday celebration. We love you. Yes, on Citizen FM here too, we love you, Dr. Mrs. Idara Anyani. Have a beautiful birthday celebration. And don't forget, Abuja is not too far to send our goodies down. So that's our package on the show today. We'll return tomorrow for another edition. My name is Lawrence Moite. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You're always strong when I'm tired and weak. I could search this whole